Hi, I'm Mark Gaylor for markgaylor.com. I want to show you how we can turn this image of Broadway in Manhattan and apply a tilt shift effect inside of post-production. We're going to need to do this inside of Photoshop CC because these type of blur adjustments are not nearly as good as Photoshop CC. So let's just go over to the master image here, and I'll just use the keyboard shortcut Command E on a Mac, Control E on a PC to open this inside of Photoshop CC. I'll come over to the layers panel and I'll just right click on that background layer and choose convert to smart object. We can then access the filter that we're looking for from the filter menu, blur gallery, and come across to tilt shift. Okay, now automatically some tilt shift is applied, but I want to create a much more aggressive adjustment here. Now we can see the pin in the center of the image. Then we have a line above and below. This is your area of focus, and then the focus fades away both upwards and downwards until the blur is applied at 100% below and above the dotted lines. Now if I want the fall off to be much more rapid, I can narrow these lines by clicking and dragging on them, and I can do that to both the dotted lines and also the unbroken lines here. So we're basically pulling a much narrower depth of field. Now we can pull that pin and decide where we want the focus point to be, and I'll have it on this crossing where we have this man crossing here and as my focus point. Now I want to throw the background and foreground much further out of focus, so I'm just going to have the outer wheel here and click and drag that around until it's about 50 pixels or so. This is also replicated in on the blur slider there, but I do like the hands-on or on image adjustment there that we can do with this control wheel here. That was a little bit aggressive, so I'll just back that off slightly. We also have this second slider which controls distortion. If you have a look at the taxis and the writing on the road here, as I move that distortion slider, you'll see some adjustments happening or a distortion happening to that foreground. Now we can have that happening above as well, just by hitting the symmetric distortion, and we'll see those distortions happening above and below the focus area now. Okay, so that's basically the effect in a nutshell. We do have a couple of options in the options bar, one for high quality, another one to save mask to channels. Okay, both of which I'm going to check here before selecting OK. Okay, so this is being applied to the image. As I said, it's a non-destructive filter, and that's because we converted the layer into a smart object first. This basically means the filter has been applied, and we can access those filter settings at any time just by double clicking on the filter effect name. So this would allow me to adjust the fall off and fine-tune those settings if required before hitting OK, and any of the adjustments that we've just made will be updated to this image preview here. Okay, so I did say that we can use the mask option that I checked inside of the tilt shift panel, and the way we can do that is I can just bring up the select menu, choose load selection, and then from the channel choose the blur mask that was saved for me when I used that filter. Okay, so when I click OK, you'll see that it loads the selection of the outer focus area. This means that if I want to apply an adjustment, maybe vibrance, okay, and then increase the vibrance of the outer focus areas, it's not going to affect the areas that are already focused. Okay, so I'll accept that, and that basically is the effect. If I just hit the Command S on a Mac or Control S on a PC, this image will be saved and recatalogued by my Lightroom catalog, and it'll appear alongside the original file. Okay, I'm Mark Gaylor for markgaylor.com. Thumbs up, and please subscribe to the channel for your next thrilling installment of post-production effects.